constantly are nitpicking you and finding little things to pick on you about, acting like, oh, it was a joke. Don't take things too seriously. No, there are some truths to those jokes that they are making. Hi ladies, today talking about friends who are not really your friends. 9 signs that your friend is toxic. I have had a lot of toxic friends in my life. I have cut off people. I have dealt with toxic people throughout my entire life, through elementary school, through middle school, and through high school. I have witnessed a lot of times where my friends have betrayed me, backstabbed me, talked about me behind my back, all of it. And I'm sure you all have too. It's time that we start holding ourselves to the same standards that we do in relationships like we do in friendships. How often do you meet a guy and you're nitpicking all these little things about him, but when it comes to your friends, we don't hold them to the same standards. You are who you hang around. If your friends are constantly toxic, gossiping about somebody, what makes you think they're not talking about you? The first sign that they are not your friend is they are constantly nitpicking and criticizing you. Oh, why are you wearing that outfit? You're doing too much. Oh, you don't need to be wearing those earrings. Like, it's too much, it's too much. You don't need to do all of that. They constantly are nitpicking you and finding little things to pick on you about, acting like, oh, it was a joke. Don't take things too seriously. No, there are some truths to those jokes that they are making. And oftentimes, we could be our biggest critic. The last thing we need is a friend also criticizing us every chance that they get. I remember I went on a trip with 3 other girls who I was not really friends with. I was only friends with one of the girls, and the other 2 girls were her friends. And it was during spring break. And for me, I was studying fashion, and I always loved to dress up. My mom always taught me that whenever you go out, always present yourself in the best possible way. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to come across. You could come across someone from church. You could come across an old friend from high school. And the last thing you want to be seen in your pajamas in Walmart. So I've always been taught to always look presentable. You don't have to do a full face of makeup and do your hair all glamorous and wear a cute outfit. You don't always have to do that, but at least look presentable. Like, put on a nice clean shirt, wear some nice clean shoes, do a little bit of BB cream on your face and some mascara and lip gloss. So these particular friends, I decided to put on some earrings and a necklace. And when I did that, they were like, why are you wearing that? That's too much. Take that off. Because they were intimidated by me. Why do you care that? That's one thing about me. I was never worried about what the next person is doing or what the next person is wearing. I have too much going on for myself to be worried about what other people are doing or what other people are wearing. So what did I do? I took off my necklace and I took off my earrings, thinking that these girls were my friends. They were not. Because later on in that trip, we ended up getting into a whole argument and they almost kicked me out of the car. Make sure that the people that you are hanging around with have your best interest at heart. The second thing is that they're constantly copying you. Now, it's okay to admire somebody. It's okay to say, oh my God, I love the way she dresses. Like, I wish I dressed that nice. How do you do it? You know, just someone who is just admiring your beauty, someone who admires what you do. But you have to be careful of those friends who copy you, because those are the worst types of friends. They want your life, they want your man, they want your job, they want your friends, they want everything about you. You have to be careful with them. If you are talking about, oh my God, I just found this new job, I'm so excited, and then that friend goes and applies for that same job, they're toxic. If you meet a guy and you're really excited about dating him and all of a sudden she's cuddling up to him a little bit too much, they want your life. If you're wearing a particular outfit and then all of a sudden you find them on Instagram wearing that exact same outfit or something similar to it, watch out. The third sign, and The one that I have dealt with the most is the friend who downplays your accomplishments. Now, as friends, we should be happy if our friend is winning, if our friend is succeeding. But if they are constantly downplaying your accomplishments, like, oh, you got a new car, but it's a 2017. It's not that new. Or it's not that great of a car. The interior's not the right color. Or you make the dean's list. Oh, well, I made the dean's list 4 times in a row. They're constantly trying to one-up you and downplay your accomplishments. Friends, we should be congratulating each other. We should be happy for each other. Real friends see your win as their win. When my friends win, I win. So if you know someone in your life, not even just your friends, sometimes even your parents can downplay your accomplishment. It doesn't matter how small or how big this accomplishment is, they should be congratulating you and they should be happy for you. Number 4, they are needy. If you have a friend who is so needy, like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me back? Or Mean Girls, Regina George's friend, Janice Ian, why didn't you call me back? If your friends are so needy, I had a friend where I didn't answer her phone call because I was driving and I was distracted. Tell me why. This friend texts me later and she's like, I was looking at your location and it says that you were on the highway. Why didn't you answer your phone? You know, I tried calling you at 1 a.m. in the morning. Why didn't you text me back? Why didn't you call me back? I needed you. You're not a good friend. It's okay to be there for your friends and to be supportive, but the last thing you need is a friend who's constantly all over you, constantly needing your attention. Number 5, they try to take your friends. Now, I've dealt with this before, where you meet someone new and you guys are hanging out, having a good time, and then you decide to introduce them to your other friends. And then all of a sudden, you start finding out that they're hanging out without you. They're texting each other behind your back. They're constantly making plans and you see them on Instagram or on Snapchat and they're hanging out with each other and you had no idea. I never understood that because it's like, you wouldn't know this person if it wasn't for me. And then now you guys are going and hanging out without me? Make that make sense. So they're constantly trying to take your friends. Number 6, these friends do not show interest in your life. You talk to them and it's a really draining conversation when you're having a conversation with them because you're constantly talking about them and their life, but whenever you want to talk about yourself or things that you're up to or the vacations that you're planning or the promotion that you got, they have no interest in talking about it. They always find a way to bring it back to themselves and relate it back to themselves. They never ask, how are you doing? How's your life going? How's that new job? How's that new manager? They have no interest in your life. It's always about them. That is someone who you do not need in your life. You want someone who shows interest in your life and who truly cares about you. Number 7, they are constantly bringing up your past. Now, we all have a past. We all have a past that we're not proud of. But guess what? It's in the past. So let's forget it. We're in a new day. We're a new person, we grow, but this person will not let you forget who you were in high school. They will not let you forget who you were in college. Why? Because they are also stuck in the past. So they want you to also be stuck in the past. I had a situation where my fiance and I, we're getting married October 1st, but my fiance and I, we were just hanging out at our home. We were just relaxing, chilling, and my friend calls. So I have her on speakerphone. I have no problem putting my friends on speakerphone. I have nothing to hide. Like, I'm a very authentic person. Be yourself. Be yourself around me. No reason for me to be like, you're on speakerphone. There's nothing I'm hiding. But anyways, I have my friend on speakerphone. She's no longer my friend anymore. And this was one of the reasons why. So I had a very toxic relationship back my freshman year of high school. It was not a good relationship. It ended really badly. And I tried to forget about it. But this particular friend would not let me forget about it. So my fiance and I are just sitting on the couch, just relaxing. And my friend goes, oh, did you tell your fiance about that relationship you had in freshman year? And how you got in trouble with your mom for dating him? For why? For why? The same friend called me one day out of the blue and was just like, oh, by the way, your ex-boyfriend from high school, he was messaging me on Facebook. Here are the messages that he was sending me. He's flirting with me. Cool story, bro. What was the point? What was the point? Tell me, what was the point? If these friends are constantly bringing up your past, like, oh, remember we were like 16 years old and you ran outside naked and jumped in the pool? Especially in front of everyone else, especially in front of everyone, like, excuse me? Remember that time where you used to like do your makeup this way and I used to wear purple eyeliner and blue eyeshadow? Like, that was so ugly. Okay. They're not your friends. And that actually brings me to my next point, number 8. They try to embarrass you in front of other people. Oh my gosh. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. And when people purposely try to embarrass you in front of other people, where they're constantly bringing up stuff that you did or dumb stuff that you did in front of everyone, especially in front of other men that they like. We all know those girls, those pick-me's, those pick-me girls who, because they want to bring up embarrassing things and embarrassing moments in your life in front of guys in order to seem superior and to seem better than you, or to embarrass you or to dim your shine. Those are not your friends. So if you have someone in your life who tries to embarrass you in public or embarrass you in front of other guys in order to seem like it's like, look at me and then look at her, she had diarrhea at Barnes and Noble one time. Like, oh my gosh, the audacity. Oh, and then as soon as you get upset, it's, I was just joking. You take yourself too seriously. Oh my gosh. Those are not your friends. Number 9, they speak negatively. They speak negatively and gossip about other people. Now, I'm a big believer. If someone is gossiping about someone else or talking negatively about somebody else, there's a good chance that they're also gossiping and talking negatively about you. What makes you exempt? The fact that you guys have been friends for 5, 6, 7 years, you think that they're not talking about you behind your back? You don't think that they're not gossiping about you? I mean, look at you, you're gorgeous. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they have something bad to say about you? You tell me. If they are constantly talking about somebody else's life and they are constantly gossiping, what makes you think that they don't have anything negative to say about you? Because the reason that they're gossiping and the reason why they're constantly talking negatively about someone else is because they're not happy with their own lives. So they have to try to bring other people down with them. That is not somebody that you want in your life. You want positivity. You want people who are going to uplift you. You want people that are going to speak good about you in a room when you are not there. So if they never have anything good to say, there was one time I actually tested it with one of the friends. It was the same friend that I was talking about earlier about my ex-boyfriend from freshman year of high school. Yeah, that friend. I actually tested her one day. I showed her a picture of this girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl on Instagram. And I was like, there's no way. Because she was constantly talking negatively about other people. And I'm like, she always finds something negative to say about people. So this particular girl on Instagram, she's a cheerleader, amazing body. I showed her a picture of the girl and I was like, look, isn't she like gorgeous? Like she's pretty. She really was pretty. She really is pretty. You know what she says? Oh, her ribcage is really boxy. She's a cheerleader. Of course her ribcage is like more boxy. Like she has 6-pack abs. Like, gorgeous girl. And that's the thing that she points out is her abs are too boxy. Her shape is too boxy. That is not a friend, and that is a person who is insecure and a person that you need to get out of your life as soon as possible. And number 10, they are friends with your enemies. Now, that does not mean if you are the type of person who constantly has a problem with somebody else or is constantly, arguing with somebody, or you have so many enemies, maybe you're that toxic friend, I don't know. But so if you are that person who does not have a lot of enemies, okay, cool. But if you're that person who has a lot of enemies, everyone hates you, that's something you need to work on, with yourself, which we'll work on. We'll work on not being toxic anymore. If you have a friend who is constantly friends with someone who really did you wrong, or is friends with your enemies, that is not your friend. You know what I also find really interesting about people is whenever you have that person, that friend that comes up to you and is like, oh, I overheard so-and-so talking negatively about you. I overheard so-and-so gossiping about you. I was there, they were talking, they said this and they said that about you. The first thing that comes to my mind, you being my friend and all, is, okay, so what did you say in my defense? What did you say in my defense? Or did you just let them talk about me? And you were standing right there. And then now you're coming to me with this he said, she said, and what do you want me to do with that information? You want me to go and confront them so they can deny it? And why are they so comfortable talking about me in your presence? Why are people so comfortable talking bad about you in your friend's presence? They should be like, oh, be careful. They're friends with each other. Let's not say anything, She gonna yell at me if I talk bad about her friend. She gonna get in my face. It's so funny. I actually had a friend in high school. No longer my friend. These girls were talking about me in the classroom. And you know what my friend did? She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. She recorded the conversation and she comes to me and she's like, oh, listen to this video. I recorded them talking bad about you. Okay, and what did you say in my defense? If you didn't say anything to defend me, don't come to me. Don't come to me and tell me what they said if you didn't say anything to defend me. That is not someone I want in my life. We need to stop allowing these people into our lives. You are the person that you hang around with. You are the average of the people that you hang around with. Start holding your friends to the same standards that you hold your boyfriends to, your parents to anyone to. Don't let your friend just get by being toxic and just talking to you however they want. There are good people out there. You just have to be a good person yourself. You have to show kindness and love and positivity. And the right people will show up in your life. Good, wholesome friends. Doesn't matter what gender. But good people will show up in your life as long as you are showing good qualities. As long as you are showing kindness. If you are that person who is always loving and always kind and always positive and you constantly feel like, ugh, why am I constantly being picked on? Why do I attract these people into my life? It's because you allow them into your life. Start setting boundaries and start setting boundaries for yourself with your friends and with everyone in your life. It is a privilege for them to be in your life. 2023, we are cutting off toxic people. We are cutting off toxic friends. We are no longer dealing with it. Don't worry, you'll find friends. If that's your only friend, oh well. You don't need that in your life. You will find good friends. But that friend is holding you back from finding the people that you need to be around. From finding your true tribe. Anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Love you. Stay classy and have a good rest of your day. Bye.